decide to, if you do this, basically attacking 6 with Erzurum as well, I could the next turn blockade Erzincan, because basically if I blockade this, I am super safe, and I can decide to defend Giresun.
With how many? If you blockade it,
I think it's good because basically you will have 7 income of the expansion, and you have 3 choo-choo, so 7 as well.
Yeah, but okay, but the problem is that the blockades are very small here. So okay, so the blockade is, I think, 1.5, if I remember correctly.
200.
Okay, so it's 200%. So with so that's a more interesting try. So
because basically if I blockade with 3, I will get 6.
Okay.
So I think yeah, I could blockade with 5, forget 10 as another Vasterland. I think make a bigger blockade doesn't make any sense. I think 10 is fine.
And yeah, but the small problem is that I think I will get to Erzincan before you can finish Central Black Sea. Again, it's very tricky. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Because even if you get Erzincan, I can defend Sivas.
Yeah, you can. But the problem is that if we get to this position where I get Erzincan, I think I just win long term. Just because I will have Eastern Anatolia, and we will both have how much? 10 income, right? So on even income, I think if I hold Erzincan long term, I think I will just win, because I'll just at some point move to Giresun and you know, use my cyclic move order advantage or something to probably break Central Black Sea. So
yeah, but I think before you take Erzincan, it will take a lot of times, because actually if I blockade with 5, so basically it will be a blockade of 10, you need 16 armies.
Oh, if you want to blockade with 10?
Yeah, sure, 10. 5,
okay.
So basically it's 10. As I said before, it's a value equal to Vasterland, 10.
Okay, yeah, if you blockade with 10, it's getting a bit more tricky. If you blockade with 10, I would probably switch my plans and just go immediately into Eastern Black Sea region, this blue bonus. And again, it becomes very tricky.
I think I can prevent this because I take Giresun before.
Yeah, but I have more income in the beginning, that's the problem. So
basically you are saying that East is better than Center?
I think so, it feels like it. But that's what I'm saying, is that those templates are incredibly tricky, because
I will add a thing. It's true that East is slightly, but really slightly better than Center, as long as you predict me to go Erzurum. Because if you try to go 7 income in turn 1,
I will never do this. No, I can assure you, in a real-time game, if I get 3 picks here, I will never try to go for both bonuses.
But the average player,
and I don't really care about the average player.
I think they go for it, because you should remember that North Firat region is Westerland, so it's not so easy to expect it.
Well, for me it's very easy to expect, because if it doesn't have it, I would just win.
Yeah, but for you it's easy to understand it. I don't think everyone would play like you said. That's why I actually said that I usually prefer to have Center respect to the East.
I think it is very tricky. I think it's much easier to play because you don't have to predict much. I really believe that on the first term, hitting Erzurum hard, and then depending on how much you blockade, if you blockade Erzincan or not, I think I really would take East. However, now that we are talking about all of this, maybe we have missed one opportunity of maybe going the whole center without North Firat region, mainly Eastern Anatolia, Central Black Sea, and Eastern Mediterranean region.
Yes, but the main problem is that if you get only one of the central peaks, you basically lose.
Yeah, that's
why
I agree.
it's not a good idea.
Yeah, I agree with this,
it's
but it
too
has
risky. It's too risky for this, I think.
Well,
Because if you
yes and no,
basically
because on this high level, because you know on the previous template we discussed like 15 different strategies, right? But here I really think that when best players would play, there are like literally 2 or 3 viable picking strategies without even significant variations. So that's why I'm thinking maybe. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a bit too risky.
it's too risky.
It has to be mentioned, I think, because it might be doing very well against 1, 2, 3 in East, right?
Yeah. You're probably right, but it's too risky to pick Mediterranean region for the reason I said earlier. If you get only one on
well, maybe you
center,
can take it as number 6, right? Because in your initial picks.
yeah, sure, this makes sense, but I cannot take 1 and 6. So basically, if I get 6, it means basically I lost the
No,
1.
no, you can get 1 and 6, of course. You can get 1, 2, and
cannot.
6. You can,
You
1, 2,
cannot.
and 6 easily.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you meant, but only 50%. Because basically, if I pick 3, 4, 5, half of the time I will get my 5. You agree with me?
Yeah, but if you pick that 3, 4, 5, you want to get one of those 5, right? So that's not a problem. So I think this strategy 1, 2 in the center, then 3, 4, 5 in the east, and then 6 pick in Eastern Mediterranean region is also maybe worth mentioning, in my opinion. Because
I still think it's too risky. Because there are other scenario like we pick the same 5 but a different 6 that basically
I agree. Probably probably
it's too risky. It's too risky to pick a Mediterranean region, because if I lose one of the first 2 picks, I lost, because I basically get countered by my 2 picks by 1 picks, and I will never win. Unless
I kind of agree, but I think it's like on the verge. I mean, those are the kind of mind games that you might play, because I think it's very likely to get 1, 2, and 3 around East. But still, probably I think we are in more or less agreement that probably we should get first 3 picks in East, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe let's move Sephiroth, because you are super quiet all the time. You know, you can jump into the discussion every time. Hello?
Looks like he's not here. Well.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's look at their picks. Let's look at Buns.
Okay, Buns.
Okay.
And, I kind of dislike the 6.
Yeah, I would definitely like Erzin Khan as pick number 6. Basically, that's the strategy we talked about.
Mistake, I think, another slightly mistake. I would switch 4 and 5, like I mentioned before, because if I get 3
I get definitely.
and 4, I can get Eastern Anatolia, and it's in a very safe way.
Yeah, and I agree, definitely.
These are the changes I would make. Okay, we can look at Ryro.
Maybe I would even take Eastern Anatolia as 3 and Central Eastern Anatolia as 4. I'm having maybe.
Yes, this is true, but because you are double border versus the yellow bonus, better overall position.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's really slightly.
Yeah, but mostly about the 6th pick. That's the problem. We wanted either Erzin Khan or maybe Eastern Mediterranean region, if you want to be a bit risky.
Yeah, but I don't want to play risk in this template.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, and Ryro goes 1, 2, 3 in East and whatever here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfectly viable strategy. That's probably what I would pick.
Okay, let's see what they get. Basically,
Okay,
Rairo lose his third picks and he
Ryro wins
counter.
on picks. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's auto win, but he may throw the game because otherwise
Wait.
he
Is it
could.
an auto win? I have to. Yeah, it is an auto win. So basically, what he should do, he should attack with 6 into Siva's first move, right?
Yeah, because
To prevent the
basically,
bonus.
yeah, because Rairo know he has a fist move because it's cycle.
I mean, even if
Uh,
he didn't know, I think he should. I think
okay,
it's
yeah,
irrelevant.
and basically, yeah, he tried to counter.
Okay, so yeah, so I agree with the first turn on Rairo's part. I would
Yeah,
play the
I would play
same.
the same. I'm checking the second turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking at the second turn, and the second turn. Uh, Yeah, the second turn is a bit more tricky.
Well, but why would you deploy three in east? I mean, what's the point of it?
I mean, I think it's a viable strategy because the point is that on the next turn you will be able to pressure East Central Anatolia anyway, and also we will be able to pressure Van Hakkari region, and you
I
cannot.
dislike this.
Uh,
I
uh,
dislike this because I explain easily. You know the opponent is going for sure to make his bonus and defend Sivas. And if you go full attacking with 3, next turn you should be able to break it already.
uh, I can. I don't think I can.
Well, but
Okay.
you get hired on a stack, and sooner or later you would be able to do it.
I
Even
really
if
I really don't think so. Because it's very low income. It's 5 versus 5, and the main problem is that in Erzincan there is also that 1 turn delay when it comes to deployment from Central Eastern Anatolia. I actually like his moves because the main point is that he will still pressure Blue's bonus, and also he will have a lot of pressure on Van Hakkari region, and yeah, so I agree with those moves.
okay, now I agree as well. Let's see turn 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn 3.
I dislike Rairo move because
Yeah.
you really need the armies cannot just vast them for take a bonus when you are so close to opponent.
I think I would just yeah, that's a little bit tricky because I think if you want to go for Eastern Anatolia, I think you should try to blockade Van, because Bans will never ever attack into you on the third turn. So if you want to go for it, if you want to attack here, I think you should also blockade, make a very small blockade here. And with those moves, he loses his stack advantage around East Central Anatolia. So
Okay.
I have to think a little bit about turn 3 because does he have first move on? He has first move, right? So
yeah.
Well, first of all, I would definitely
I would just blockade in Van, like you said, and take the bonus in long term, and then play 8 versus 5 income and win.
I'm trying to find maybe a more forcing way to do it.
Because basically you have a better overall position. The only way you are losing this is if you lose Erzincan and then you got unlucky in prediction and you lose your red bonus as well.
Well, yes and no, but the main problem is that if the stacks get very high in Sivas, he will try to make Central Black Sea. So that is a little bit tricky position.